against Yone, the Wind Brother matchup, Dia, to open us up here on the night.
I am very excited to see when these two as yet to back has chosen to invest more time up towards the top side to protect his top laner.
Guwon spotted on a ward. Is walking in completely blind here.
Does still have flash. He's going to choose to charge over the wall instead and should be relatively safe. No summoner extended, but Guwon is forced back. Hoya going below half HP as Junhao goes very, very low. Feather keeps him alive. Keshi may not be so lucky. No flash, no exhaust on this Yasuo, and no level 6 to try and recommit either. Nice wind wall, but it does not save Feather from being stunned to the wall and taken down for first blood.
Yeah, good saves there.
The last few minutes, but it could start becoming one in the next 2 to 3, as our junglers, at least from the TT side, will be clearing towards bot side. Flash onto Ryan! That was a journey set up by Zhuo, was clean again.
Yeah, they kind of bully them off here. I'm wondering if NIP want to re-engage. They still have that pick tool with Guwon's ultimate, but have to be very synergistic when they're going in, as Care is disjointed from the rest of the team.
That's 2, maybe a third going over to Thunder Talk. Level 6 from Keshi as well. Could go for a stylish play on the Yasuo, and is going to start one up onto Guwon, who goes over the wall immediately. Everyone dogpiles onto the Sejuani, while Heru and Care end up going for the 1v1, and it is Heru that wins it. Up towards the top side, Hoya is now being dogpiled on, but he's winning it! One more auto would take out Feather, and yet he will fall, leaving that last Void Grub to Junhao.
Yeah, still really good fight there from Thundertalk. Keshi's wind wall crucially blocking a lot of that re-engage that NIP wanted to go for after the initial, ultimate from Guwon came out, kind of signaling to finish off that last little bit of health that Keshi has. So has to rely on that E instead to proc the Blight stacks. And speaking of Blight stacks, of gold at this point. He was picked specifically to counter the double marksman comp that NIP have gone for here in game 1, and if he's not able to, get that gold, or, actually, I take that back. If he
every fight, Zhuo's looked very comfortable in the Bard, and he's gonna have to look that way again, because right now he is unfortunately magically journeying in the wrong direction. Temper Fate saves his life for a little while. Out goes Guwon to try and save Zhuo's life, but he gets shuffled in by Heru. Zhuo, 1 HP, is walking away in the Bard, and a huge Fate sealed out of Care. Could turn the fight. Keshi turns it around again, though, and it is still a fight somehow going in the favor of NIP. Guwon's one, Zhuo's one. Junhao commits over the wall, finally finding the first kill for Thunder Talk, but NIP will clap right back at him, making it a 2-for-1.
And it's a double kill for Hoya, but it's all set up. 1,000 gold lead. It's only 1 kill for the Jhin off that early kill in the laning phase toward the Misfortune, as there might be another one.
Da boys rolling up in mid lane, forcing a flash. Care will be just fine down on the bot side as well, even with Feather showing up. Yone still pretty slippery when he's able to engage the fight himself. Ryan gets out of the mid lane, but top side, not such a good news story for Keshi, as it is a triple lane play that happens in just the course of a few minutes. NIP roll through the mid lane, try and make a play onto Ryan, then they walk straight on through up to the top side and kill Keshi.
And Junhao, crucially, is on the top side. I mean, you can't look for a cross-map play. There's no ability to start up this dragon because NIP, their vision game is just too strong on this part of the map. So I actually would be in support of what you said earlier, Dia, where they maybe just look to go onto the Herald, try and make it a 1-for-1. But already with the dragon being started up by NIP, they're on the clock to make that happen.
Dragon has gone down, and NIP shown no interest in trying to quickly contest a Rift Herald, so this should be a clean objective going over to them, while Care is on the precipice of picking up the bot side turret.
And while we were saying, which is part of the reason why you go for it, right? To collect those plates is, I think, something that you want to do. Ideally, pre-14 minutes is when that is really, really valuable to get a Herald just for the sake of getting the gold. But now we're kind of looking at it to, crush a tower for you to extend that vision line. You don't need a Herald in order to bring down the remaining health on this turret. They've got the double marksman. We said that the sieging power of this comp is just far superior.
And with the gold lead as it is, slow, clean League of Legends is going to win NIP the game. It's TT that have to get creative, and that might be with the Rift Herald play on the bot side. Care does jump back with the Soul Unbound, but Rift Herald crash on this bot lane tower. Not even going to happen through the Tempered Fate. It is delayed even further by Chi, and a Fate sealed onto 2. Almost takes down Heru. He will fall as Assum collects the kill and walks forward onto Junhao. Might still be able to lock him up with the help of Zhuo. Magical Journey not quite available, but TT will be lucky to get away.
Their lead over Thundertalk, but that 3-man allowing for an extra kill onto the TT members to go through, and they're super comfortable now. They're onto the top side, and they're just 2-manning the Baron.
They're counter-engaging. Keshi actually ults right on top of Assum, but again, these magical journeys are so clutch. Exhaust comes down onto Keshi. Assum is going to go down, and in the meantime, Baron Nashor has fallen. NIP sneak away the...
and sieging these tier 2 turrets.
Yeah, I mean, we saw all 3 outer turrets fall pre-20 minutes in the favor of NIP. If they keep playing like this, they might be getting all 3 inner turrets by the time the Baron is done. There is a pick for NIP that happens almost as an afterthought. They dodge the engage from Heru, and he is just stuck with nothing.
Yeah,
He's trying to come up with a metaphor, but he's got nothing.
Yeah, Heru does go down. Now Zhuo just magical journeying into the mid lane with the rest of his team. And I like this from NIP. I feel like a big decision-making factor that you can put on a lot of teams to decide if their macro is actually in a really good spot is if they decide to rush down the dragons every time off spawn. Because NIP, they've got a 7,000 gold lead. They don't have to risk themselves going for things like a soul point so that they are, accelerating the game pace faster than what it actually needs to be. Because then, you go for a fight at soul point. If you risk losing that, you don't end up getting that soul win condition. You're not putting Thundertalk even in a position where they can take that away from you. Air almost kills you now.
Curtain Call still might do it. One nicely placed bullet needs to be curved, and it will not hit. Ryan absorbing that for Junhao. It is, however, 2 of the 3 inner turrets that have fallen with 42 seconds left on the Baron. I smell a third coming.
Something on Keshi, but that wind wall is probably going to allow him to be safe. It just feels like NIP are unrelenting with the pressure at this point, and I do wonder when that pressure is going to be so much that TT snap and decide to go for a Hail Mary engage. They have to be careful, though, to track where the NIP members are when they actually do decide to pull the trigger, because if it's all 5 of the NIP members, it is a very easy fight for them to win.
Bullet time going to be channeled, but it will not be enough to save Heru, who makes the mistake of collect any gold. They are given only what NIP chooses to let slide.
And I wonder what their plan is here, as Air maybe getting aggressed onto Junhao, proccing that Q for the knockoff.
This guy is too good at Bard, man. This guy is too good. And the stun.
Yeah, ouch. Insult to injury right there. Zhuo. That's the kind of play you throw up your mastery symbol for. Devious plans ever. Like, the mentality of these guys needs to be studied in a lab.
This could be devious.
Yep.
No Tempered Fate now, but that Deadly Flourish is sure going to help. Piercing Arrow. Ooh. Oh my god, it does like 800 damage to Keshi, likely more. Ryan will be walking out into the mid lane to try and contest the wave after.
Swings between each of the teams, the goal differences between each of the roles, all going up yellow. It's like a Coldplay song. Is now Care.
This is the play.
Being 1v3'd.
This is the play. They have to pick off Care here. They forced him to use the ultimate, and they can't even touch him. The Tempered Fate is still going to catch Feather, and this Rakan is surely dead. Ninjas in Pyjamas refuse to lose even a single member.
Yeah, Care doing a really good job at exfiltrating that fight. Fate sealed away, and all the while, it was just a 4-man re-engage by NIP. Hoya breaks open the base on the top side. Thundertalk respawn, but with only 4 members of the team. Thundertalk don't care about the dragon. They're just going to push in the mid wave. They're going straight toward the top side river, but the Drake's already gone. The Soul's already secured. If you wanted to go for some kind of Baron cross map, it's far too late for that Thundertalk.
Yeah, NIP learned their lesson around this yesterday. Better not to delay taking the dragon. Instead, they just sent 2 members for that immediately. It is a full engage onto Guwon, but he is the least squishy member on all of NIP. Now backed up by the entire squad. Care goes for a Fate Sealed. Does not land it, but ends up in the back line. Almost takes down Ryan before being eliminated himself. But the second member of Thundertalk will fall, as it is a double kill picked up for Guwon, a double kill picked up for Hoya, and an ace for the Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Yup, and a triple for Hoya at the end there. NIP with the double marksman comp, showing their ingenuity here in game number 1 against Thunder Talk. Some fights were close, but it was all NIP from the start. It felt like they had control of the game, and they never gave that up.
Walking in, they have got absolutely nothing to contend with. It started in their own lanes, but very quickly the jungle became NIPs, the base became NIPs, and now the Nexus belongs to NIP. Feather, the sacrificial lamb, as Keshi walks out to watch.
Huge Kiana jungle naysayer.
Yeah, the Kiana. Implied pressure that they have that allows their bot lane to continue pushing up. Likely a trade of Scuttle Crabs as well, though Heru's extended pretty far forward. Care feels confident going for this flash out of Guwon, but the stun's not going to land. Heru still goes low and will still
putting them ahead here in game number 2 against Thunder Talk.
Hoya feeling pretty good in this matchup as well. Mininar actually steps a little too far forward. No! You could, as soon as that mouse click happened and he went a little too close.
Guys with that phase rush can play up a little bit further when he has that active, just because you go for a trade and then immediately bail out. But he's got to be careful of situations like this where he overstays his welcome, because now Guwon is looking for a revisit.
Oh my god, he just gets that. This is another case of somebody just looking extremely
keep in mind for later, as we're in the present, and Heru is getting ganked maybe a 3rd time.
No vision, no problem. Heru walks up, Heru goes down. This is looking like replay status.
We're getting proxied, man. We're getting proxied, man.
Keshi's not gonna die here. Surely he's not gonna die.
I mean, Hoya's gonna get his spells back up. I don't think Keshi's gonna have his leap. That's a pretty long cooldown.
And he's certainly not going to have Mega. Hoya knows that he's got this in the bag, but one more auto is needed. Hoya will fall to the tower.
The kill, so I feel like it's more on the equalized end here, going for
levels?
that 1v1. As, yeah, I mean, the levels are also a pretty relevant piece to the, or pretty relevant factor, as well as Junhao. I hesitate to call it
so hot anymore. Guwon's in position for a gank and will be spotted immediately as Keshi goes into Mini. Doesn't have the opportunity to escape, though, and Guwon flashing on him should be setting up yet another kill. Guwon collects his first of the game, but he has been very...
1,000 gold lead over his counterpart, despite the CS differences between the two. And most importantly, NIP being able to get that kill will give them priority for the grubs, as now we see a fight on bot lane.
Not going to end up connecting with the hook. NIP now in a rough spot. Feather doesn't have 6 just yet, and actually is going to go quite low. You'd like to finish off these minions to get him access to the XP. Heal's going to go down. In comes a stun. 1 for 1 right now as Feather will fall. The Guwon's shown down to the bot side, and Ryan flashing away just in the nick of time. Still has vision in this brush, but is going to be denied it with the camouflage. Guwon ultimate into the wall. Could still turn this around, but Ryan with the last auto picks up the plus 400. Guwon being up towards top side is a sneaky play. Keshi really wanted to reset for the dragon play, but NIP seemed comfortable giving that up for a kill on the top side. Nothing that this Gnar can do. Hoya and Guwon coordinate to get their top laner even further ahead, and Hoya raid bossing himself.
Goes onto the map to try and make plays.
Guwon might get caught here. Junhao wants to find a catch, but instead is going to miss the knockup. The rest of TT on the way, but great death sentence is going to bring Ryan all the closer. Needs to be finished off, and he will be. Guwon completing the assassination mission. Feather will fall next again to Guwon as he picks up another kill, and now Hoya's in the mix. Stunned under the tower onto Heru. Should be claiming his life soon. Last hit going to be picked up by...
On the side, Thunder Talk have 2 Drakes, so getting soul point here I feel like would keep a win condition alive, though. If this fight does get turned, as we can see, Hoya wants to enter in on one side. The rest of NIP slow to react, though, so they might actually miss this objective.
They will not get the dragon. They do, however, get a 4-person supreme display of talent. Now with the jungler picked off, Thunder Talk have no business in this pit but to disengage. They will still lose Feather on the way out. They get themselves to soul point, but a double kill goes to Care. The question, Quacks, was it worth it?
I mean, honestly, I feel like it's as worth it as Thunder Talk can make it at this point. You keep a win condition alive, and when you're this far behind, even having a win con, I feel like is a gift. So they are able to keep that at least alive for now, but I feel like it's a slight misplay from NIP. They're so far ahead of this game, they should have easily been the ones to have control of that river first. And so ThunderTalk definitely sneaking away that dragon. At least that's the definition I would use in my book, because now TT off of respawns are looking for some payback.
They're trapped Zhuo in here, but insta-flash away by him does make this a little bit more difficult. TT will still
W, and they immediately lock down Junhao, along with a very big supreme display of talent, like you said, but just kind of feels like NIP, again, with how far ahead they are, should have easily been the ones to have control of this river and take that dragon. Now unnecessarily giving ThunderTalk a link back into this game, if you can even call it that, with how far behind they still are. This gold lead is ballooning toward the 9,000 difference here between two teams, Dia.
Bit of an unexpected misplay, however, as Guwon did go down to a combination of Junhao and Keshi, and now Junhao has walked up a little bit too close. The Chocums are going to do enough. Feather knows that he's dead, and we have now passed all the way comfortably into the 9,000 gold lead.
Can't trick me. I've played these games before.
He'll be understanding their understanding of the understanding that he has. And we follow this up. Care invests a flash to make sure that he is safe in the side lane, an important cooldown that he will not have, but with so many members showing bot side, NIP know what to do.
Yeah, and Keshi... Goodbye, Keshi. Let's take it down
It's
now. NIP are
quiet
just
enough
go
that we
for
hear the sound of him falling. Junhao actually goes into the pit! Ill-advised, perhaps?
A little bit, but a Hail Mary play. I mean,
Minute left on Baron. They haven't really found a way to coordinate their waves to push into the towers just yet. Mid lane wave is a little bit behind, although with the China Crystal Arrow and a big engage tool missing, it looks like they can just four-man force the bot side, and that is exactly what they are going to do. Care jumps forward, completely unabashed with the Between Worlds, and TT can do nothing about it. Just watch as their inhibitor tower falls, and their support falls with it. Feather got two-shot.
Yep, Feather, he's getting them ruffled. ThunderTalk now on their last legs. NIP, double inhibitor. They're looking to advance onto the base, but Keshi is now Mega Gnar, so
Mega.
they could look for a fight potentially. This is the kind of time where
Keshi
you
has
have
flash.
to go for. Awesome as red-white as well.
He has to do it now. Surely Keshi has to go, but he gets interrupted. In goes the big Gnar. It is a three-man stun, but it does not matter. Red, white, and you have no choice but to fight as NIP take TT into the blender for game number 2.
Red-white, don't fight, but it's also red-white. Good night.